Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 5 of the Rewatch podcast presented by the Terrible Video Gamers Club. I'm your host, Tyler Schatz, who's not saying it was aliens, but it may have been aliens. Joining me this fine recording session is one Stephen Howard.
How about a magic trick?
Amanda Howard.
Who doesn't quote this character lightly, but I will be saying, I am 100% sure that we are unsure about something.
One Josh Cox.
Here for my civic duty and because I like whales.
Yes.
One Nick Castillo is here as well.
Here with my creamed corn in my hands.
And last, but certainly never least, is Gary Delaney.
My initial notes for Season 2, Episode 2, don't pull focus. And fuck, aliens? Steven's gonna love this episode.
Yeah.
And
Woo!
I requested no cream corn. Did you see cream corn on my plate?
I when I saw your message, I was like, maybe that's an alien reference, but I didn't see it, and I didn't watch it for like a week after. And as I'm watching it, it gets to the scene where it's referencing pretty much aliens. I'm like, Amanda's in the other room, so she can verify this. But I go, run up down the place. I get on the Discord. I have to find the old message that Gary sent. I'm like, this is happening right now. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And from the other room, I just hear, yeah. And Steven runs and he goes, Gary is so mad right now. And I was like,
Gary's
going to
be so angry.
Like, I'm concerned. I'm like, what happened? What's wrong? He's like, well, no, I mean, like, he meant like when he messaged. And I was like, that was like a week ago. But Steven meant metaphorically at that moment of the movie, not like at that moment of the day.
Real quick. To be fair, I was also at one of those multiple parts in this first episode where it is just an awkwardly long scene of really no value. And I am sitting here and I know Gary is fuming. I know Gary is hating every second of it. That fly is buzzing around her head and she is looking to kill it. And Gary's going, did we need this? Did we really fucking need this?
Gary's probably got a stopwatch timing how long the scene is.
So, dear listener, I am statistically the person who dislikes the show the most, but I was somehow the first person to watch it, I guess other than JC, who's seen it before. But yes, I got to watch this and go, fuck, there's aliens. Steven's gonna be so fucking excited. I'm already mad. Like this, and we can get into it, but I actually thought Season 2, Episode 2 was gaining some of my, like, oh, maybe it's kind of weird, but it's okay. And then aliens, and then whatever the fuck the end of the episode was. And it's just like, why don't we just make us like the episode and be like, fuck that, we're just going to go off the rails. Steven?
And I would like to remind, dear listener, you that the first one that we had when we had broad predictions, number one, we have about a couple of broad predictions. I had 3, 2 of them here. Number one, Steven thinks aliens. Broad prediction, yeah. Number 2, Steven thinks Gary will complain the plot is too broad or convoluted after episode 1. Dear listener, I am basically Nostradamus.
So to get us back onto a track that is resembling recording an episode here, we haven't even discussed what we're talking about.
What are we doing? Hi.
We're here discussing the sword ice from Game of Thrones here. They melt it down into 2 separate...
There's going to be a point in the episode I stop talking and you realize that I've not been watching the episode, apparently.
We are here discussing Twin Peaks.
Oh, you got it right the first time.
Episode 2, Coma. I was telling myself as I was saying that out loud, it's Twin Peaks, it's Twin Peaks, it's Twin Peaks.
I'm proud of you, Tyler.
Thank you. Glad somebody is. All right. Episode 2, Coma. Albert determines that neither Leo nor Jacques killed Laura, but he is unable to find any leads into who shot Cooper. Cooper says they must find the third man, who he believes to be Bob, the gray-haired man. And I have to just call out, I'm going to just screenshot this picture so you guys see what it is that I'm staring at here, because it is the scene that started making me pull my hair out of like, what is happening?
Let's see.
I know exactly.
Oh my
I'll
God.
set the scene. It is there's a 50s microphone sitting up, and James Hurley has what is now like a $10,000 guitar. At the time, probably was cheap in a pawn shop. Maddie, Laura's twin sister-looking cousin, and Donna, both love interests somehow of James Hurley, are sitting there agog at the man with much too much forehead.
Did he have an amp somewhere? Like he's
Yeah.
got a guitar.
Visibly,
He's got two
yes.
mics.
It's
you would
in the
think,
picture.
yeah.
There is
they
one
record it?
amplifier. He says we're going to do another take, which implies a recording, but there is no active tape recording that we can see. There's also no backing instrumentation like a drum click that we hear or the bass guitar which comes in later. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I got real hard the Manson family vibes from that.
Okay.
Not
Charles
Marilyn.
Manson.
Charles
Manson. One of those Mansons. But yeah, I got real hard Charles Manson's vibes from that. Like, I could see these three in the end breaking into someone's house, killing them, and writing "pig" in the wall in blood. Like, this was weird.
Dr. Jacoby, yeah.
For real? Did I miss something where they decided they were going to form a band? Like, at what point did they decide they were going to form a band? I don't know where that came from.
James
How
sings
could they
this
not?
terrible.
This makes so much sense.
James sings in his terrible falsetto voice too, and I'm like, what is going on?
My thought, not full conspiracy theory, but my thought is that James Hurley has so much sex appeal that it befuddles every other human on the planet.
The Gendo Ikari effect.
Exactly. The Gendo Ikari effect. I was trying to think about that. Oh, who's a modern celebrity who everyone thinks is really hot? Is just ugly as shit.
Pete David.
I feel like
that one.
This is
that one.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I feel like this is just manufactured bullshit plot. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't click in. They're singing. He's serenading two ladies. And of course, one of them gets jealous. And then they leave the room and the murderer comes in. Like, why does this need to happen? I don't know. It just has to, that thing has to happen for the next two bullshit things to happen. End of episode.
And it's like a long scene too. Like, it just keeps going on.
It is the full song. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say there are other ways they could have shoehorned any of that in. I do not think this was a choice to put this in here. This wasn't somewhere where they were trying to shoehorn in plot or something like that. This was a choice. They sat there and went, we're going to make the viewer incredibly uncomfortable. You guys ready? It's like,
so Steven, you're going to defend this? I'm not crazy.
I'm not defending it. I'm not
absolutely
defending it.
Like shoehorned in for like, it's a choice.
I am saying that it was a choice. I'm saying it was a bad choice, but it was a choice. So I am saying that it was a bad, at least a weird ass scene, but for different reasons. This wasn't bad writing. This was a choice.
I will somewhat defend the scene. I agree it goes on way too long. If they cut this down to like, oh, here's the 2-minute version, you can buy the extended edition soundtrack for the full 5 minutes of James Hurley and the ladies, just you and I, together forever. It is way too long, but the sort of that moment of them just having a scene where they're doing something together, and it harks back to sort of the James Hurley has been sort of that old school style, strong, silent male archetype, and it's very much from that 50s 60s era of the sort of crooner movies. And so here he is having his crooner moment of actually getting to play his guitar for the ladies and serenade somebody, and it's very cringe to watch in today's era. But also, I think it's a deliberately down tempo moment to then lull the viewer into that sense of like, oh, this is just a very down tempo scene, and then you get the killer in a unsettling scene of him just charging at the camera.
That is true.
Well, also though too, like this is kind of setting up a weird love triangle even more between the three of them. It's like, why? It goes back to the fact that James and Laura were dating before Laura was killed, but Laura didn't really like James, which we find out later. James apparently can't accept that for some reason. And while he's got this nice girl, Donna, there, who's actually interested in him. Go ahead, Gary.
Nice.
Donna is
She was
fantastic.
She was.
Muted, Gary. You are muted. You are still muted, Gary.
Anyone? So you mentioned that the end part was kind of I don't know, horse scene-ish. Like, as I said, things I dislike about this show even more is like I watch this late at night. Like I'm just trying to get the fuck through the episode, and I'm just like lulled to sleep, as you would say. Like literally, like I want to go to bed, but I gotta finish this stupid fucking episode.
Sweet dreams with James singing to you,
and then it's just like just a killer running at the screen. I was like, this is way too high intensity for where I'm at mentally right now. But especially for like the rest of the episode, it's tonally like like there's been some like dips into like weird like jump scares, but this was like 20 seconds of like murder chasing horror movie shit, and I was like, this is just, it doesn't click, and it bothers me. Anyway, Steven.
I'll disagree with you on that. I think that one part of that scene clicked very much, and it gave you the understanding of these. Like we've seen a couple of the women in this, and even I think a man at one point scream because they see something, and you always go, oh, well, they're just seeing like the killer on the side, and would you really scream if you saw coffee stain on the ground, do blah blah blah. This gives you that impression of, holy shit, this is unsettling. The way he climbs over the couch to get to her, he doesn't go around the couch, he climbs over straight into the camera. It is, as JC said, it is unsettling how he does it, and you get that kind of heart palpitation as it's going. I think it's a very good, I do not like the scenes leading up to it, but it is a very good way to just make you understand the kind of terror that some of these people are going through that we're kind of taking for granted. I will say one more thing, and this was my original comment. Tyler mentioned we have another love triangle, and I think we've already established in a previous, I don't know if it was a conspiracy theory or what, but it is a love pentagram that we have, and it has summoned the devil, and this is what is causing all these issues. So that's my statement.
That's not a conspiracy theory? You're not going to conspiracy theory that one?
I think it wasn't already done. I swear we already did that one.
I don't pay attention.
Love pentagram is definitely not new.
I don't pay attention when you guys talk about conspiracy theories.
From aliens to angels and demons that quickly.
My point I wanted to bring up about that ending scene there was just kind of from a directorial shot composition of the scene. It almost felt like I should have probably rewatched it. I didn't. It felt like the set around him was miniaturized. Like he's crawling towards like a miniaturized version of everything in there. It felt like, because like when he got up to the drink, it's like, yeah, it makes him look bigger, because when he got up to like the drink that was in like the lower left, I'm like, that is a very tiny looking glass. But anyways, Gary.
I don't know. I feel like the weird jump scare with the stain in the carpet was one thing of like, oh, I like devil images and I see in the carpet. This was like way too long of like I can understand like sometimes you look out the window and you're like, oh, the trees moved. It looks like there's a ghost, or it looks like a werewolf or something in the shadows. And this is not that. This is just like LCD, not LCD, LED, LSD related psychosis.
Was it coming through in crystal clear quality there?
No.
Well, I'm at least glad to know that Gary must not be taking LSD because he doesn't know what it is. But I will say, Gary, if you, maybe hearkening back to other horror movies or other things, what makes a good horror movie and what makes a good horror scene isn't the jump scare. Jump scares are cheap. Jump scares are cheesy. It's the tension that it builds. It's the horror that you see coming at you that you can't get out of, and that's what this builds. It is a guy who walks forward, and I'll be honest, when he first walks in the scene, I'm like, oh, he's gonna walk past that pole and just disappear. No, he walks past the pole and he's right there, and he comes at you, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna go around the couch. No, he goes right the hell over the couch. He steps over the couch. He doesn't even climb over. He steps over the couch, and it is a continuing fear, a continuing what is the word I'm looking for here? Suspense maybe of how close is he going to get? When is the scene going to stop? It just continues and continues, and I think that is indicative of a good horror scene.
Yeah, I agree. It's a really great horror scene, and I feel like this episode in general has a lot of those moments where it feels very Twin Peaks. Like, this is one of my favorite Twin Peaks episodes in that sense of like it hits a lot of different modes as it's going throughout, and it does pretty well at a lot of them, and including the parts where it's like, hey, we're gonna be cringe for a while. It goes as cringe as it can. It's wild. But yeah, the horror I think is really great at the end. It has, I think, as Steven was mentioning, like that tension there. It's just like you're waiting as the viewer, like, okay, it's gonna fade away and it's just gonna be a wine stain. It's gonna no, and he knocks over the thing and his whole face is right there. Yeah, it's a lot.
I don't know if it was a scene that I really thought was really well done. So kind of to Tyler's thought, but I definitely thought it was unsettling. I like that word. I kept thinking, is there a different feeling that I had about it? And then I kept feeling the thought of encroaching suspense, like encroaching fear, like it was getting closer and closer and closer. I didn't really have much more beyond that. I did think it played a little long. I think that this scene, the series, not the scene, stretches some scenes out. I think you get the sense that this is dangerous. It does pull it out. If it was something that recurred more, or we saw like more foreshadowing of something eerie throughout the episode, I would have bought that duration rather than all in one scene where it just seemed like it really stretched the scene out. But I definitely felt unsettled.
And we've established that the Palmer family bloodline somehow sees things that they're spooky, as they said.
Yeah.
So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me that like it's a different sort of thing that like, like the average person sees the trees moving in and says like, what was that? And they think they see something for that split second. Like the Palmers, they see more than that. You know, it's not necessarily been established to this degree prior, but it could also be something that maybe Maddie's becoming more and more engrossed in whatever this spookiness is, and maybe this is the longest one she's ever experienced as well.
That's fair. Good take.
Looping back here real quick to the actual beginning of the episode, and this is actually the scene that I thought you were going to bring up, Tyler, real quick, was the very opening scene is the two FBI agents having a chat at the table and yada, yada, yada. And there's just a barbershop quartet in the back.
Right.
And they are, the third man is the guy who got my attention specifically because he is picking up his cigarette at the slowest pace that I have ever seen a man pick up a cigarette and putting it down at the slowest pace. Like all three of the barbershop people were like, we're going to do this normally. And that third guy's like, slow. That is my entire
not to pull focus.
No, don't pull focus.
Yeah, that was literally like when I started the episode. I was like, "Don't pull focus," and I was like, "It's a barbershop quartet smoking cigarettes in the background." Like, and it was on the second watch that I realized they're actually maybe humming. On the first watch, I didn't catch that, and it was just like. Yeah, a fucking like Where's Waldo where you're sneaking shit in the background of like a barbershop quartet smoking cigarettes behind like two people talking. And I was like, why? Like you just put any random people, but I guess a barbershop quartet fills the frame behind them. So you don't have to worry about set dressing.
I just wrote down it was odd that they were smoking. Like I get if it was like the 40s or the 50s, but like they just finished singing. Don't you have to save your voice? I don't know.
This is the early
Pressure's on.
90s. People were still smoking like it was going out of style.
You should
This
know
is the
that.
era when
You're old
Slash
enough
was
to
lighting
remember
himself on fire in the middle of the solo, just
Yep.
dropping
Right?
ash into his leather pants.
Exactly. All right.
It was
I guess
the
it's just me then.
80s.
Exactly. Oh goodness.
Sorry, blue reference for all you.
It's a good one. No helmets.
All right, Steven, do you want to kind of pick up with anything for the discussion of the episode?
Sure. I'll hit a couple high notes that I had. The first high note was, I mean, just because we just got over the first scene, and this isn't a high note, but we see Yakuza Man again. Who knows what he's doing, but he's there, and he's spying over his newspaper, doing spy stuff. So
Very
we'll
subtle.
Slow pan. Just a slow pan across the Yakuza guy, like lowering his newspaper. I was like, oh, okay. We just need to establish that he's still around.
I'm glad that we have come to the conclusion that this is Yakuza. So
Yeah, I was just thinking, should we be letting Steven name these characters when they don't have names yet?
Too bad. It's already happened.
Well, and he turns out to be not Yakuza and is a different nationality, then we can blame Steven.
Yeah.
That's fair. The first major scene that I wanted to bring attention to was the Meals on Wheels scene, where the I'm gonna forget her name again for whatever reason. Donna, thank you. She goes to the old lady's house, knocks on the door, goes in there, and it is Grandma and what I have to assume is a simulacrum of the devil himself, sitting in the corner.
You're a simulac.
I'll give you a simulacrum.
I'm waiting for Gary's big words to say something about Steven.
But it proceeds into the magic trick of I didn't want cream corn. Well, is there cream corn on there? And she looks and there's no cream corn. It's in the boy's hands, but then it's on the plate, and it's like, oh wow, this is a crazy scene right now. I don't know what's happening.
Oh.
What is going on with this world?
I obviously wasn't paying attention enough that I realized.
Did you miss
You didn't miss that?
This is such a huge part of
What?
I was watching is there cream corn on the plate? And I thought the old lady was gonna stab her in the fucking throat. Like,
yeah,
that's what I was waiting for.
But you missed the corn, the magic trick. That was my entire intro. My intro was that was.
I thought you were gonna name it. I had cream corn in my intro as well, and you're like magic trick, and I was like, yeah, I'm there with you.
It's so good. I would say this scene is worth going back for because it's just that sort of
honestly.
weird, just like it's unsettling, but you can't even really explain why. It's just everybody here is just weird, and I don't like it. But I love that you came up with it, David Lynch. Thank you for this.
It was my first time in my notes for these two episodes writing WTF, which there was a couple times for that. But also, I was like, is he real? Is he not? Because she refers to him. She's like, this is my grandson. He does magic. Doesn't necessarily mean he's real. We actually don't know. But then he also lets out that French phrase, and I had to rewind and listen to this 3 times to figure out what he was saying in French. And he says, "J'ai un homme solitaire," which I believe means I am a solitary man. So I don't know. He's a magician. That goes without saying. I needed to know.
Yeah.
He's something. And it's just like Donna's just like, okay, cool. Instead of oh my god, why are you holding cream corn that is presumably just bleeding out your hands? What is happening?
That's the real magic trick, because it just doesn't spill.
My other thing that I noted for that kid was that when Donna leaves, he says she was a nice girl. She doesn't say she is a nice girl. She says she was a nice girl. I'm like, oh my god, this kid is unsettling. Like, we're talking all these unsettling scenes. This kid is unsettling. He is scary. He has determined that Donna is going to die. And conspiracy theory number 1. The child has predicted the death of Donna.
Dun dun dun.
That's your conspiracy theory. Lots of people have died.
Get out of here.
I'm just glad he started with number 1. This could have gone way worse.
Some people can't handle conspiracy theory.
The night is young, JC. The night is young.
While you were talking, I'm like Tyler. I've only seen it once, and I started it before my trip, and now afterwards, I don't remember all the beginning parts necessarily. I'm trying to think. She doesn't comment like, "Why are you holding the cream corn?" She just looks in that direction because that's where the lady is looking. maybe Donna doesn't see the child. We just do as an omniscient audience. And
No,
just
I think
when she looks that way, she just like looks that way and
no,
then looks
because
back to the old lady. Like there's
when
no
she comes
child
in,
over
so
there.
when Donna comes in, the child actually says something to her, and it startles Donna, and she looks over to the side because she didn't see him when she walked in.
Okay.
Because he's
I have
basically a
to go
piece
back
of
and watch it.
furniture. Because,
Yeah,
and
he's not moving. He never moves. Yeah.
I will say as well, they just had the conversation about Pinocchio, and so my other thought was, is this kid like not even a real child? Is this just a puppet being controlled by the spirits?
Albert both irritates me and I love him at the same time.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
I follow the way of Gandhi.
It's typical to ask how someone is doing after they've been plugged 3 times.
I
Yeah.
believe it's customary to ask. And what did he tell the
We jump
sheriff?
around, we were
Something
talking about
about
cream corn, now we're talking about Albert.
Well, I
Albert?
mean, we are discussing things. Yes, Gary.
The foundation of such a method is love.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Yep.
I can't believe that we got that little rant from him. It was amazing.
If we have no more on that one scene though, my next scene that I found really
Well, which scene are we on? The cream corn scene?
If you have more to add,
yes.
please.
I don't know. Wherever Steven takes us.
Conspiracy theory number 2.
Didn't even know that cream corn
says,
situation was happening. Sorry.
Yeah. The old lady says, she's dead. Do you know her well? And then the old lady shyly looks at the camera and says, no. So conspiracy theory number 1, the old lady is the kingpin for the freaky shit or into the freaky shit. Because she's given some weird, like I fuck Donna, sort of, or I fuck, whatever her name is, sort of vibe.
Laura.
Laura, I
Plugged,
Laura
plugged,
sort of
guys.
vibe.
Come on.
Plugged. It's
Yeah.
customary to say plugged when insinuating something.
Yeah.
There was no parrot or bird. It's just this old lady biting softly at Laura's neck.
Good lord.
Oh gosh.
Okay, moving on from this scene. My next scene that I found important or engaging in this episode was a log lady who comes in to the diner and has a good old chat with General Hammond, with I guess Major Hammond, and
Log lady enters.
Log lady enters, and there's a kind of a nice scene about I think when she looks at all of his ribbons and goes, or do those make you proud? And he gives like the stereotypical answer, and it's like, this is a little bit confrontational here. And then she just, my log wants to tell you something. And I will tell you, listener, if someone ever tells me that their log wants to tell me something, I'm leaving. I'm not sitting there. I am leaving. But it goes on, and
we're all noting this.
And it connects. It connects with Colonel Hammond, with
General.
whatever his name, his Major Hammond.
Major.
General.
Every time he's mentioned, it's a different rank.
You can't call him a different name here and then put the rank of this one and the character name of the other one. You can't do this.
I'm already doing
He has
it.
worked hard for you
Anyways.
not to call him Colonel.
But the fact that she gives her log, talks to him, and he's like, yes, I do understand that. Excuse me, I have to go take care of things. What is this town? What is this town?
I absolutely love
GC.
that scene. It was so good. The way that he is a very earnestly accepting the log's message. Can you hear my log? No, ma'am, I cannot. Like, yep, just matter of fact, love it. I do like with that scene more though. When the log lady comes in, Norma says like, "Hey, Margaret, good to see you. Stop sticking your gum in the booth. Your pitch gum," which I had to then look up. Pitch gum is like the hardened tree resin, like whenever people just pick that off and then chew that. So, yep, she was just sticking like basically chewed up pine tar into the booth. Got called out.
She like spit it at the wall last time, didn't she?
So yeah, whenever log lady shows up and then first gets introduced and Norma says, "Hey, Margaret, good to see you. Next time you spit your pitch gum out, don't do it in the booth. Put it in the ashtray like a normal person." So
It
we
looks like
called
they're
it
about
out
to
last
fight
episode,
there.
but Log Lady is not pleased with being called out directly in front of her new person she sat next to. She's like looking at the major like, oh no, is this guy? I was trying to get in good with him. I don't know. It was a weird vibe, but
It was a weird vibe.
It
She was
was.
trying to set like her environment, her creepy arrival, and then that just kind of ruined it because she got told off, and she still had to ask her for her bear claw.
right.
What we pointed out, I'd mentioned very vaguely, just sprinkling the seeds of conspiracy theory without actually referencing it, that rather than one direct comment to the person who can respond, it was actually two separate conversations. One addressed to the log saying, "Hello, Margaret," with pleasantry, and then turning to the lady and saying, "Don't spit your gum out." So we're like, the Margaret is the name of the log.
Ooh.
The log is in higher standing than the lady.
Exactly.
The
Norma
Margaret.
knows. Excuse me, log. Please tell your carrier that she can no longer spit her gum.
That's probably why she like went along with it, because she's like, well, you understand the proper chain of command here.
Right.
You gave my log the proper respect.
My log is pleased.
Speaking of chain of command, that leads directly to because I'm not going to go over the James Hurley scene again. I hated it. I will not go over it again. But I will go over where this scene leads directly to, and that is Major Hammond going and confronting Cooper and telling Cooper that I can't tell you what I do, son. It's classified. But what I can tell you is I talk to aliens, and our aliens talk to us, and what they said was the owls are not what they seem. And Cooper. And when I saw that, I just lost it. I absolutely lost it. It was
Can confirm.
fantastic. I was so excited. Because number one, this confirms that the Stargate conspiracy theories around this entire thing are
Oh,
real.
goodness.
This
I
man
am
is
here for the
communicating
Stargate
with the
theory.
Goa'uld or with the Tok'ra out in the wild blue yonder. Maybe they are talking straight to Thor right now. We don't know, but they could be. Number two, apparently these people are paying attention to what's happening in Twin Peaks, which I actually it is going to come back to a conspiracy theory here at the very end. Why are aliens interested in this town? What's going on? What are the excuse me, I have hiccups. What are the owls? And I guess what did you guys think about that scene? I loved it.
I thought it was a callback to the log lady. I thought log lady made that comment about something about the owls or what.
She did.
Yes, she did.
A couple of comments about that now, haven't there? Or has it
Well,
been
'cause
log lady just repeating herself?
Because it's
It
not
was just
so,
a
yeah.
log lady.
Yeah,
It wasn't the log
exactly.
lady. It was the giant in the dream, and then I think this is the third time it's mentioned.
Yep.
Steven, I can confirm, was ridiculously excited when this scene happened. I assume it was this scene. I just heard a bunch of cheering. He ran and gave me a high fived and ran out. And so I'm guessing it was this because I watched the episode before he did.
Excited.
So I knew what was likely the exciting parts for him, except for I'm going to go insane if he keeps calling it Major Hammond. I can't handle it.
Well, then he should stop being a major. If he wants to be promoted, he should be promoted. Easy. Come on.
I took it at first that he was just kind of pulling Cooper's leg, but then the more that scene waged on, I couldn't really tell if he was trying to be honest or not, because he leads with "I can't tell you," but then he drops aliens. And I was like,
and then he shows him the printout too. So I was like, did you get clearance? Did you get approved to show him this?
Yeah, so I don't know how to take it. I kind of thought it might be another one of those weird scenes where does it really happen? Does it not?
So you're saying he's an unreliable narrator, and in fact, he works for a different government agency that's trying to feed Truman.
Agency.
Yeah, feed them information without, but just blame it on aliens, when in fact he actually works for the CIA.
Could be. Yeah. I don't think
And
we've
I like
interacted
that
with.
idea because it's not fucking aliens.
I don't know if we've seen
Harry
enough
just hates fun.
scenes. I don't know if we've seen enough scenes with the Major to think that what he says here is accurate. If there was more that showed like his secretive work or like him talking to people behind closed doors, I might be more inclined to think, okay, it is actually something hush hush. I mean, it just seemed very random for him to be like, so I've only said 2 or 3 things about what I do and why I'm always wearing my Class A uniform. By the way, aliens exist.
Aliens.
So what do we know about this guy? He's a shitty father. He hates
Well,
smoking,
no,
and
I don't think he's a great father. I mean, what is his son's name?
he is a
Bobby.
He's a
Bobby.
terrible son. That does not necessarily mean you have a terrible father to have a terrible
True,
son.
yeah.
They
I think
he
Bobby's
is
a piece of
terrible
work,
son.
but
His dad is a pretty terrible
Just
role model.
living in a
It's
different
hard.
world, metaphorically and possibly physically.
right.
I disagree with him being you saying he's a terrible father. I disagree with that. What I do think that we can tell from him was the stuff that we gleaned when we first saw him, and that is that he is a decorated veteran who has fought in several different wars and has seen combat. He's basically confirmed that he's killed people, and that he has said to multiple people that his job here is classified and he cannot talk about it. That is what we know about him. We also know that he's really straight-laced. He's god-awful straight-laced.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Steven, as I am a terrible father, I feel like I'm more of an expert than you are. So I would say I can identify that he is in fact a terrible father.
Oh my God, Gary!
Okay, well,
That's rare.
we'll disagree on that point. Um, but I think Steven is right. Like, I don't think the guy is a terrible father. I do think he lives in a completely different world than his son does. He doesn't get him.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't get Bobby either. I do not envy him the job.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't think his attempts are working, but I mean, he is, I guess, trying. So I'll give him that. He has mentioned at least
Bobby's
once before
mother's
though that
crazy.
he's. Did we see his mother?
His
I
mother's
don't
just
remember.
his mother's
At the
a
table.
Jesus.
We
was
see her
about
at
to use
the
a-
table.
I was about to use a slur for that. No, she is a very religious person and very straight-laced in that way, from what we saw of her.
So maybe it's the kid. Maybe in 10 years this will be like a thing they laugh on. Like, look how crazy you were as a teenager, and you turned out so great. But at the moment, yeah. But I don't envy them the job. Bobby's sets my teeth on edge. He's so out there.
I suppose there's a trope somewhere in there about having really by the book parents or
Mm-hmm. So you
particularly
become a
religious parents.
rebellious.
So you become the rebellious teen just to be somebody different or don't want to end up like
Mhm.
your parents. I'm sure there's something in there that they're trying to portray or that would make sense.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Look
so
at
by
James's
nature, he's
parents, absolute wreck, and then you get
absolute wreck.
James.
Right?
It's true.
So I got to straighten up my life.
Yeah.
If only you had a mother who did just tremendous amounts of coke.
Oh. Yeah, there's something there. I mean, yeah, I don't think that he's a bad father, like we said. I just think it's difficult for him to connect because he's very disassociated from his son. Maybe if they talked about aliens together, he could open up to him.
Yeah.
Have common ground.
Yeah. There's a wide world in between him and his son. Yeah, he doesn't connect with him. And that is a larger conversation. I do not think that necessarily plays into the veracity of what he is telling Cooper. And I believe that maybe it is from something else. Maybe he is spinning a story into how he got what he got. But in the end, he did get something, and he is bringing it to Cooper for some reaction. If we are going to be very skeptical about him, he is bringing the information to Cooper for some reaction. He obviously must, if this is like not just gleaned, he is doing it for a reason, which means he knows that Cooper has heard the owls aren't what they seem thing. there's a whole bunch of different routes you can go down there. I think it almost would make more sense that, yeah, he came upon this information, whether it be from a satellite in orbit, whether it be from wiretapping. One way or another, he knows that Cooper needs it, and he's transmitting it to him.
Or he's part of a conspiracy with the log
Or
lady.
he's part of the conspiracy. There you go. Log lady and Major Hammond running this town.
They'd be the last two people you'd think would be in cahoots.
Yeah. Well, that was those were my major scenes, so we can pass off of me.
Major.
Roger.
What's your vector, Victor?
Roger.
Amanda, what do you got for us for this episode?
Okay, everybody in the world apparently has trouble with instructions of putting together furniture. This is very important. The awkward, like, Rana is traumatized. She has gone through this hell. She has almost been killed. And these guys are trying to, like, set up their IKEA chair here, reading operating instructions under the seat before using. I thought that was hilarious and also terrible. Like, terrible for Rana. But I was also like, this is also very real.
Are you talking about in the hospital?
Yeah,
when they're
so
trying
like,
to figure out, all right, you got to
put in
push
some
all the way up and
chairs
you'll hear a click.
so they can
All right,
interview
now
her,
you can
and
push it back down.
That was just a what's full fucking focus for stupid shit. Like, there's got to be a fucking hospital employee that knows how the chairs work. Be like, hey, you're gonna sit in here. Hey, here's a quick tutorial on how the chair works.
Who gives someone a tutorial on how chairs work when they walk in to sit somewhere?
Also,
like, when's the last office meeting you've been in, and the boss comes, hey, by the way, Gary, that chair you're about to sit in, make sure that when you go, you have to push it all the way up until you hear a click, and then you're going to push it back down.
Don't you think there has to be a nurse that's walking by and seeing that they're fucking struggling and be like, hey, hold on, let me help? I mean,
No,
like everyone in this town, they're fucking incompetent nurses too.
No, having struggled in a hospital room before to find a comfy place twice over, once while I was in a bed, once while I was trying to sit in a chair, no one helps you. They're just like, oh, you look like you're kind of having a hard time, aren't you? Well, let's take some blood. Maybe you'll get better later.
To be fair, Stephen, you are also a very independent person who doesn't want to be helped in a hospital. I can 100% testify to this. But
I feel like we just need to pivot to watching The Chair Company for our next season now.
Okay, I did laugh at the instructions. Dude, say read operating instructions under seat before using, because that's where you look for your operating instructions for a seat, first of all. It was pulling focus. It was totally unnecessary, and I thought it was just the most realistic thing that made me laugh the entire time.
Yeah.
That was horrible in the hospital. I don't know if Rana, I can't say her name right. If she can't see very well, I don't know if that was something that was already a thing, or if she's just so damaged right now that she couldn't see those things until they're like 2 inches in front of her face.
I think it's damage. I think it's her eyes are having trouble focusing. So
that's what I was wondering. Obviously, she was pretty upset about when she saw the picture of the long-haired man, and she was yelling, "Train, train, train!" Like, also, Cooper has a former partner that was possibly senile and has escaped. He is missing. Yeah. Wyndham Earl, I believe they said his name was. So that's on his mind.
Of that. Like, Cooper was like, genuinely, yeah. What did this guy do? Like, this is going to throw an entirely new curveball in here.
And then we got this whole little, actually, I thought a little like catch up for us from the Horn brothers. Again, I quote those guys very cautiously. We know what kind of people they are. But they did sum up nicely. They've got 2 ledgers. Catherine's dead. We put our money on Josie. Catherine takes the fall. Josie pockets the money, sells the mill and the land. And no, wait a minute. Pete has to sign. Andrew's will calls for that. They're debating which one to burn. The fake one will get on a better price. The real one will hold with scrutiny. We're 100% sure that we are unsure.
But just make sure you don't burn the cheese.
Right.
And at the very end, my thing, to sum it up, obviously something requires burning. So that sums them up really nicely, I feel like. Go ahead.
You were on a different scene about Agent Cooper and the other agent. I didn't know if I missed this, but I think they said Audrey was missing. But I think in a quick cutaway, Audrey's letter is like kicked under the bed.
Yeah.
Like, is it assumed, or maybe I missed something where like she slipped a note under the door, but Agent Cooper never got it?
Yeah, when Agent Cooper got shot, he falls and it knocks it under the bed, and he's been shot, so he's never checked under his bed since.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think that was supposed to be like a cutaway of like explaining like, oh, like here's the one clue that would explain where Audrey's at. But no one knows it's there.
Yeah, and I think even maybe the giant. I was thinking that the giant's extra clue of like, hey, you're forgetting something, I think was supposed to be trying to point him out to that, but he's still not picked up on it yet. But yeah, in terms of like the Ben and Jerry scene, I think that was given how intense they were at the opening of the second season, I felt like this is a nice return to form of like their just like weird food obsessions and just like pseudo criminal hijinks of just like, oh yeah, we're bad, but like I don't know, it's hard being bad. I don't know which one we burn. I don't know. And like Jerry's like very much like, depending on how one looks at the situation, it appears they both have merit. It's like that's not. Yes, that is literally conundrums. That is why it's a choice. Like, it's just was a nice moment of levity with them that we didn't have last episode.
I think the way that scene ends as well. Tell me I'm off on this, but does the brother basically say we need to kill the dad, whose name I'm also going to forget?
Leland. Yeah.
Leland. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, Leland
I thought that was in passing.
Yeah,
I
from
didn't know
him,
that
I
was
was
an
like,
actual
that
threat.
could either be a serious threat or a complete joke. Because the guy obviously shouldn't be working right now.
Yeah.
But also, they don't seem like the kind of people who get their hands dirty. So I feel like they have to like circle domino liquor in to that whole conversation too.
Oh, like they don't do it directly. I mean, but yeah,
they don't do it directly.
Yeah, they order it a lot. So, yeah. I like the. Sorry, I was gonna say that one little scene where Leland comes in and basically is like he's already called the Icelanders and then it gets him annoyed. But
told them about the murder, or not the murder.
The mill burning, and so Ben is on the phone with the guy and like they've called the guy, but then as everything's like starting to go off the rails, he just is like, I'm in a meeting, I've got to go. It's like you called him. Those are very lovely way to end the phone call.
I took a lot of notes these 2 episodes. There's lots of random little things in here. As Gary says, some of them are just to pull focus. So I can keep going on main scenes, or we can hand it off to the next person before I take everyone's thunder. Here, I'll do one more, then we'll see what you guys think. Andy is struggling with many things. One of them is tape. Another one is believing himself to be sterile, but he is unsure about the connection between sterile, cleanliness, sperm, and whales. So we give that what weight we can, which I don't know is a lot.
Oh, that's a conundrum.
There was more to what he was struggling with than just the sterile part. Like I heard that, I registered that, and then like apparently my mind just shut off after that because I was like, I don't need to pay attention anymore. But apparently there's more.
Yeah, there's a scene where he's trying to hold up a poster with tape, and then he comes into the there was just a pull focus scene with tape, and then
I know there was the whole tape scene at the beginning there where he could apparently not tape a sign to a glass door at the diner. But then, like, after he gets back to the police station and he announces that he's sterile, I'm like, oh, you guys are saying there's more to that I missed, apparently?
Yeah, I mean, it was... Yeah, did that take everyone else off his guard as much as it took me off guard? Because it feels like one of those joke memes where you have the woman on one side with a thing saying, "I'm pregnant," and the other guy with a thing saying, "I'm sterile," and they're gonna, it's the big joke, haha, they're gonna get someone cheated on someone, and what the heck is going on here? And I mean, this spills over to the next episode, but good Lord.
I had a running theory throughout this episode that episode 1 of season 2 is to tie up loose ends of season 1, and episode 2 is here are the notes from the studio. Like, here's the things you need to change. 1, Officer Doofy is not the dad. Like, we're just gonna cut that off. It just seemed like something that was a very abrupt 180. Like, him being a understanding of how babies are made. Or like, oh, we'll just make him not the dad for sure. Like, it was one of the many things where I was like, they just pulled 180s in season 2. Just like, we don't like that idea anymore. Let's be done. Amanda?
So I was trying to remember, since we know that, I think it's in the next episode, but we know that Lucy goes on a date with somebody. And so I am trying to remember, when she told him she was pregnant, did she say, "I'm pregnant," or did she say, like, "I'm pregnant, it's yours"?
I'm pregnant.
So, like, she didn't necessarily tell him that it's his. And I'm trying to decide if all of these people are just ridiculously naive, or if Lucy hasn't actually spelled out for him what's going on, since obviously we need to, since he says, he donated because it's his civic duty and to save the whales. So, like I said, we give all of this what weight we can, because I'm not sure he knows what's going on.
I did like with that scene too that Lucy then takes the tape off of his head, but then it's stuck on her hand. She can't. So it's like they're the same. They're meant for each other. These two crazy kids.
That glass window is going to shatter one of these times, with her forcing it shut passive aggressively, and I can't wait to see what episode it happens in.
Wasn't there also like a random prank call in this episode?
Oh yeah. Well, we don't know if it's a prank call.
I don't know if it's really explained.
She got a call from someone who wanted to talk to the sheriff but wouldn't give a name, so she wouldn't transfer him. Which I did make a note in here that transferring calls apparently always suck, because earlier in the episode they show her transferring someone else's call who does give their name. And it takes like several buttons of this, and hang up this, and then push this, and then tell someone on the intercom to pick it up.
I feel like that was just drawing focus. Like, let's transfer a call. Like, can we just like make this as if like a transition to like talking to person A, talking to person B? No, we need to make this as long as drawn out as possible, just because.
So who do we think was
half-hour episodes? We got to get to an hour.
Who do we think was the phone call? Is it Yakuza Man, if that's what we're really having to call this person?
Wasn't there someone earlier in the episode who said they had to tell Sheriff Truman something? I don't remember who it was for the life of me right now.
The dad did. Leland did at one point, but I don't know if that's the one you're talking about.
That's right. Yeah.
That's later in the next episode, I think.
Oh.
No, he saw the long-haired guy's picture at their office.
Yes.
So then he leaves, saying he's got to call him. But yeah, but then he ends up showing up and meeting them in person. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. Could it be they were trying to call him? No.
You guys want me to keep going, or should we let someone else?
You're good.
Keep going if you got some more, Amanda.
Oh, I got all the notes. Hank, or as Steven likes to call him, Domino Liquor, used to be a bookhouse boy.
Nickname. That was Gary's nickname that caught on. Thank you very much,
Domino sorry, Liquor. I just assumed that someone who doesn't know names is you.
You just assumed that a weird nickname was given by me. I get it. I understand.
And am I wrong?
Yes, in the space
Anyhow,
war.
not only did he used to be a bookhouse boy, he used to be one of the best bookhouse boys, and
Mhm.
he, I presume, is showing up for his parole with the sheriff. So there's a very awkward sheriff, acts all annoyed at him, very hostile, makes him sign his name. And did anyone else focus on how he signed his name? Because it was the weirdest way. He like
I did too.
I must have missed it.
It was. I thought it was like him signing like "F you" or "fuck you." No, it is 2 vertical lines, 1 horizontal, and a dot. And
I think
after
he writes
looking at this
H.
again, I think he draws a smiley face.
Oh, I assumed it was an H for Hank.
2
I
verticals,
like smiley face.
horizontal for a mouth, and a dot for a nose. Like that's all I can think is that it's a smiley face.
Yeah, I took it as a, and he takes like a quarter of the page when he signs off too. So I don't know if this is like a logbook where he's to sign in, but he just killed a whole bunch of other entries from people or whatever. So
Yeah,
maybe they
and
had
I
one
was
page
like,
per
after
day.
I paused a bunch, I was like, oh well, maybe he'll go back and like show us what he drew. No, like we're not gonna draw focus as to how he signed his name, just that it was weird. Looks
Yeah,
like
and
JC's going back and looking at this.
I'm trying to go back and find one. I can't find it.
I don't remember it. I thought he just like
Yeah.
it was just a weird way. Like I didn't think
No, it
it
was
was
definitely
anything
weird.
Like
conspiracy.
very
I was just like,
aggressively vertical, horizontal.
and the guy purposely is giving this very jovial, like welcoming, chill vibe, and everyone else is like not having it, which is, because there's more to it than that. So every time this guy shows up, I'm like concerned what's going to happen.
Also, the domino is on a string. I don't remember that. I thought it was just a domino, but now it's like a domino on a keychain.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yep, and it
Could
moves
be a
really
second
weird
domino.
too. It doesn't move like it's actually on like a bendy string. It looks weird, but
We're
Pretty much
focusing
all,
on dominoes. That's what we
yeah.
focus on.
Pretty much all the rest of my notes are versions of Audrey is in serious trouble. She knows it, we know it, everyone knows it, but her dad.
who doesn't think that she is actually super missing? She's just kind of sort of missing.
Yeah.
But she's Audrey Horn.
It's been about 2
she gets
days
what she
now, and I am
wants.
not at all concerned, even though.
Yeah. I hadn't realized before the timing of it until looking at my notes, but it's that Ben and Jerry are talking about which book to burn, and then he calls in and says, "Hey, Audrey's been missing, maybe for as much as a couple days." And then Leland comes in, and they're still just talking about the Icelanders in the mill. Like they're just like in the middle of that. He's like, "Oh yeah,
Oh, that's
you
right,
go
Audrey.
while you're going to the bathroom. I got to call the sheriff quick about my daughter, I guess."
If there's time.
If there's time.
That's all I have for this episode.
Nick? Nothing?
Not much. I didn't take many notes on this one. I did watch it to the end there with the random couch scene, but I didn't have anything else other than what we talked about already.
Okay. JC?
We learned that Leo is going to be a vegetable. Get the official prognosis from the doctor that he's going to be paralyzed, and they're going to take him home. And Bobby's got the great idea to milk him for the insurance money.
Except
poor Shelley.
Except when they leave the room after that conversation, his eyes open.
Yeah.
Yeah, that on the rewatch, I was like, it zooms in on this mirror, like it's trying to get a bigger picture of it. And I was like, did his eyes maybe open? I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was the actor, but I'm like, I mean, we all know they're hinting at it, right? Like they're obviously hinting at the fact that the guy's gonna wake back up, be in her house with her 100% vulnerable, has already tried to kill her. So this is a great idea.
Of course.
Yep.
Also, I just imagine if you like don't give a shit about your spouse and you just want to keep them for insurance money, like I would struggle to keep a house plant like alive if I was given like $1,000 a week, let alone like a really shitty human being.
Yeah, it isn't most of that money is meant to take care of him, right? Like, obviously, she's not gonna take a huge amount
Well,
of
like,
care of him, but,
if
like,
you
the medical equipment and stuff, at least for show, I
if you
imagine.
don't want to touch him or talk to him, you probably got to hire an in-home nurse, and they're gonna want all that money.
So, I mean, this has the complete feel as if a 17-year-old boy created this brilliant idea.
Yep. This episode features many fantastic teenagers being teenager scenes.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's this episode or the next one where she talks to Cooper about it. It might be next. Yeah. That's
Next
time.
episode, I think.
Yep. We'll pick it back up then. That was my only other note I had for the episode.
Okay. Gary?
It was early on, but we get reintroduced to Agent Albert, who as I said, I was starting to like this episode. Why? Because I determined that Albert is an audience surrogate who just is sick of fucking agent dipshits like stories and Nigeria or whatever the fuck. Like, just like, dude, you're fucking crazy. Like, he's the audience surrogate. Like, this guy is crazy. He's spiritualist. Like, you need to come back down to earth, motherfucker. Also, I put this in the category of like, I think there was some studio feedback of like, can we have that wisecracking FBI agent back? Everybody kind of liked him. He was kind of a yin and yang. And let's give him more time because he counteracts the stupidity of Agent Cooper. Like, but that's my opinion. I don't know if anyone else feels like he's a good audience surrogate of a naysayer to Agent Cooper.
Maybe not directly to Cooper, but it is interesting to have his dichotomy against like the way that the Twin Peaks folks are just like, oh, you saw a giant in your dream. This is fascinating stuff. We don't get this sort of stuff around here. And Albert's like, okay, sure, yeah. Cooper's off his chair.
I love Albert because I don't have to work with him in real life, so it's fine. So I just get to enjoy it, but without having to deal with it.
I guess that's probably the best review of Albert ever, is that he's really great. I wouldn't want to work with him. He sounds like a terrible coworker. So does Agent Cooper. Agent Cooper sounds like a real terrible, like...
No, Agent Cooper sounds like he would be just the most fun coworker to have ever, because there would be shenanigans going on all the time and all the donuts you could ever want.
Yeah, he'd just be that crazy coworker. Like, oh yeah, do you know what the crazy coworker did today? Yeah.
Hey Cooper, what are you looking at today? I'm looking at Tibet, man.
Oh, okay. Why don't you tell us about Tibet? I don't have to do work for the next half an hour. Anyway, that's all I had, was that Agent Albert is my spirit animal.
He's your spirit animal. Okay. Got it. All right. So then we're ready to move on to season 2, episode 3, The Man Behind the Glass. Renette is attacked in her hospital bed by an unseen person. John Renault, brother of Jacques, and Bernard plans. Sorry, my stupid pop-up ads keep showing up on this thing here, apparently. Plans to blackmail Ben Horn for the release of Audrey. Donna meets with Harold Smith, a shut-in who had befriended Laura. Just right off the bat, I have to add that Harold Smith guy was weird.
It was weird. And he's going to lead to a major conspiracy theory for me. Major conspiracy theory.
All right, Steven, let's hear it.
Are we at the right spot for your conspiracy theory?
What I will do is I will take the floor and I'm going to go down. I have 4 topics. I'm going to leave Harold for the last one, and then I will hit you all with a conspiracy theory. Okay. First thing that I noticed on this was the date. and we just talked about it a little bit beforehand, but my God, is that guy a douchebag? Which, I mean, he is supposed to be the stereotypical douchebag that what's her name is going out with, but wow.
Okay, but Steven, I love this part. I laughed at him because did any of you guys watch Titanic? By watch, I mean
I've
have
seen it.
watched, not like it's current something.
I've
Okay,
seen
but
it before.
he looks to me like somebody who's trying so hard to talk like Cal from Titanic. That was all. That's all I needed to put in there. Go ahead.
Which one was Cal?
The fiance that
Okay.
she didn't
Oh, that
want to
got
be.
ditched.
Gotcha.
Is he the one who like jumps on the lifeboat, says he's got a kid, grabs a kid, and says, "I need to get on the lifeboat with all the women and children"?
Billy Zane.
He's a winner. Anyway,
Love that
I just
actor.
wrote him down as the menswear guy. Like, obviously, the guy who works at the menswear department at the. And yes, the more you learn about him, as Steven said, the more you learn about him, the more you're like, wow, he's a huge douchebag. Like, he obviously is a faker of his own wealth, and like, he doesn't call her back. Like,
He's also
kind of a shade.
I was gonna say he's also super into himself. Like he is the guy that everyone knows. Every single person here knows this person, and is the person where you go to lunch with them and they just will not stop talking about how good they are at work and how their work wouldn't be as good, or their job would never be able to survive without them, and how they have revolutionized their job. And you're just like, oh my God, shut up. Why did I even come to lunch with you? This is that guy.
Someone who truly enjoys his job of belittling the consumer by trying to sell them menswear.
I did enjoy that the veneer cracked slightly whenever she announces that she's pregnant. And, like all of his affectations, he goes, "Preggers."
That's right.
Like that is not in your usual lexicon, sir. Preggers. That is the real dick underneath coming through.
Oh, and he lost her phone number.
Yeah, lost.
In this day and age, in this small town, like she said, you could have called 911.
Right. I worked at the sheriff's
hilarious.
office. It's not that hard to find me.
I lost your phone number. Like that stops you in a small ass town.
The second and darker one is riding the white tiger. They capture Audrey, and they start juicing Audrey. I'm pretty sure I ride the white tiger. Is that heroin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna Google it.
I'm
not gonna Google it.
So I'm pretty sure they are making sure that she is addicted to heroin, just like what they did to Blackie. So they can control her in that same way. That's what it feels like to me. Eventually, I think they're going to kill her because that's where the conversation went. But for right now, they are keeping her very sedated and very under the needle.
I just wrote it as complicated kidnapping scheme because she's free and the assistant manager at the department store is tied up. She gets the information in the last episode, and then I'm guessing that she's in a locked building that she cannot leave because like he's tied up. Like, get the fuck out of there. You have the information. Get the fuck out of there. Like, you don't want to be there. You've gotten some more information about Laura, which is the only reason you went there. Just leave. Which makes One-Eye Jack seem even more sketchy.
I mean,
isn't
vein of the 21st century.
And isn't their usual way of getting up there by like taking a boat up the river? So like I'm not sure how. I mean, granted, you can just run through the woods, but maybe that's not necessarily.
I don't know how she got
safest move either.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't ever. I guess it doesn't really show. It shows us the one time they go there by boat. I always thought that was just for like the super rich people. Like, ho, I have a boat. I'm gonna go.
I assume that it's across the lake or across the lake into Canada. So it's like, oh, well, now we're across the lake. We're in a different jurisdiction. That's how I assumed. But there's got to be a road. I don't assume Agent
I
Cooper took a
assume
boat,
so.
did he? I can't remember how Agent Cooper got there.
I don't know, but I will.
So
Oh
maybe-
no, they must have a rope because what's his name? Ed goes back outside and waits in the truck for a while.
So maybe she has some
So-
method of transportation hidden nearby.
Or she could have a method of transportation, or honest to God, do what Gary said. You have just basically just outed yourself and threatened someone. Leave. If you have to walk, you have to walk at this point.
Take his keys. Take the assistant manager's keys. Like
'Cause she's
somebody
been
stole my
trapped
car.
here.
Where did you get your car stolen? Oh, I was at this sketchy
Well-
Canadian prostitution ring. That's where I lost my keys.
I will say the one thing I will say in her favor here is this very much does feel like a sexploitation / human trafficking. It feels less like I guess you would say a sex workers thing and more of a sexploitation thing. So maybe they are literally locked in. I don't know. Third thing I have is we see Bootman again, and Bootman sees the picture of
Bootman.
the evil guy, has to go to the restroom real quick. I think shoots up with his own heroin or something, and talks to God, and becomes, I don't know if it's actually God. He talks to someone, it feels like, and basically becomes evil.
I have
I
a
thought-
theory.
I thought he was looking for the guy.
I have a theory that the third man is heroin. Like the heroin gives them evil spirits, and that's how the third guy is actually empowered into anyone who takes the heroin.
This whole show is a
Ooh,
secret.
this is
Don't do drugs.
that's a
campaign.
cool,
That was such a good theory. You didn't even put conspiracy in front of it. It was just
right?
like, damn, here's
That's
a theory.
cool theory. I like
Flat
that
out.
one.
Now I'm not gonna count it because I was like, it's kind of.
Gary doesn't even like it. I'll take it. Conspiracy theory number 4. I
You
think we're at.
mayn't steal a conspiracy theory.
I may. There are demons within the heroin.
I'm giving it to Steven.
Also,
because-
he said 4.
Somebody
which
actually
means-
affirmed my ideas, and I'll allow it.
Okay, but he said 4, which negates his earlier random one that he was going to throw out there.
It
so we're
does.
good.
It does. We're not counting it. I count it as 4. Anyway, demons within.
I don't like that you stole my ideas, but I like that you validated them, so I'll allow it.
Heroin is HERION.
Oh,
Just Google it. Let's find out.
HERION.
It's probably a good thing that none of us know how to spell it, right?
Nope, just OIN. Rowan.
OIN. Googling
You want
it.
to distinguish? You
Zero
want to
in.
distinguish it from
Zero in is how it's spelled.
distinguish
Yeah.
it from the actual bird, like heron. So what you want to do, Gary, is type cost before you look it up and try and see how it's spelled. Okay.
And if you're trying to look up the white tiger aspect, be aware that white tiger, as it is without writing the, is a male enhancement drug. So, just I don't think that's what they're doing up there, but it could be.
Computer cost heroin and
Cost white
male
tiger.
cost male white tiger.
Okay. To the listener at Langley, obviously this proves that none of us know what we're doing, so we're good.
You know what? Here's a better question. If you know how to spell heroin, are you less likely to do it?
That's a good
Ooh.
point. Look, Gary, you're destroying
Gary's
my
all on. Gary has a lot
arguments.
of good points about heroin, guys.
Gary's throwing shade on the entire education system there.
I'm sure there are plenty of well-read addicted people out there.
Do you know what? I don't think heroin was ever on my 6th grade spelling test. Just saying.
Your word.
And after 6th grade, that's whenever you stopped learning anything about spelling. It's just like
Can you
capped
use
out
it in a
there.
sentence?
Definitely when I stopped learning about spelling.
You use heroin in a sentence? Oh gosh.
All right. This all leads to my penultimate item here. And this comes to where Donna goes to the weird guy's house. And he introduces her. He is a former horticulturalist.
Horticulturist.
Yes. And he starts telling her about his orchids there and how they don't need light to grow and blah, 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 blah. And Amanda heard me at one point just go, hybrids. And Amanda goes, what are you talking about? And I turned to her and go, hybrids, Amanda, hybrids. And she, Steven, I have no idea what you're, fine, I'll tell you later. And this is the later, guys. This is the later right now.
Yeah, and it was very loud and very annoyingly shouted at me like I was supposed to just reach into his brain and pull out what hybrids meant.
We have just come across that there are aliens here, or maybe aliens. I posit that conspiracy theory number 5.
Oh, God.
There are human-alien hybrids in the city or the town of Twin Peaks. One of which, who may be Ed's wife, who is so powerful. We've seen her before bend metal just normally. She rips off her chain like holders on her bed frame and then loses all her memory, and we could talk about that as well. But there are so many weird people here with weird abilities that are unexplainable unless friends, this horticulturalist was part of that government program, used to be part of that government program. He doesn't go out anymore because he knows the aliens are looking. But what he used to do is clone or create human alien hybrids. And this, friends, this is what Twin Peaks is faced with.
Yeah, I wish they could see our faces right now because
no one's impressed with me. No one's
Steven
impressed
is like
with me.
gesturing and articulating like just super excited into the camera. Me and Gary and Nick and Tyler are either rolling our eyes or like not paying attention. JC is the only one that's like excitedly listening with like his hands under his chin and really excited.
What was
I just love
Big
it.
Ed's wife's name? I'm trying to write that
Nadine.
Nadine.
Okay, including
Nadine.
How do you spell Nadine? N-A-D.
N-A-D-I-N-E.
N-E. Heroin.
But that was my big connection during this entire episode and what I was really, really waiting to get to.
I love that, and I hope that they kept that in mind for season 3.
Cloning these individuals.
To have
it's just it feels very much like a modern style breadcrumb of like, hey, you've learned about this little thing, and now you've learned about this guy who does this sort of genetic stuff with these
and
things.
Everything's
and
starting to like come
You're
together.
supposed to make these connections. Yeah. Twin Peaks has so many breadcrumbs, we'll call them, to be generous, left around. I very much appreciate that you're finding ways to connect them.
I must not be fully appreciative of Steven's genius because being screamed hybrids at multiple times today
hybrids,
did
Amanda,
not
hybrids.
give
What don't
me,
you get about
and then
it?
Hearing the actual thing, which was not what I thought it was going to be, was not at all the satisfying ending to that.
Okay, here's my question. What did you think I meant?
Gary shaking his head, no, don't tell him.
I feel like it's not the fact that you don't appreciate Steven's genius. It's that you're there to keep Steven in check. Like you're the gatekeeper of Steven's enthusiasm.
Oh God,
like,
Amanda,
you're doing God's work.
You're doing God's work.
I thought Steven was saying it was a metaphor for something, but I didn't think it was. I don't know. Apparently, I should just assume that Steven's always going to run back to aliens every time. I will note that for future information. And when he says he yelled hybrids, he freaking yelled hybrids.
I thought it was so. In my mind, it was so glaringly obvious when he said, "This is a hybrid rose, or a hybrid, whatever. It's a lady slipper. It's very unique." I'm like, "Oh my God! It all makes sense."
Steven acted like the word hybrid was once mentioned in like in a throwaway line instead of multiple times he mentioned these are hybrids. I was like, okay, so I'm guessing you're mentioning something about two things being combined. Steven, there's hybrids! Didn't think we were going the alien route, but it was interesting.
Anyways, that was my penultimate thing. I yield my time back to the chair.
Cool. Nick, do you have anything that you want to talk about from your time of watching the episode?
Not on this one, no.
Okay.
I had more notes on the first one that we kind of went through.
Sure.
That's when I fell off a little bit.
JC?
Nick, did you finish this episode? Or are you just
I started this episode.
That's more than some
watched
could
it.
ask.
Did you watch all of it? No, but he watched it.
Did you watch this episode? Yes. Did you conclude it? I started it.
Oh, right. I did briefly mention it before, but the way we get Shelley being brought in for questioning about, just to make a statement on the fact that, like, hey, your husband was the victim of a violent attack. What's going on? And she's just like, nope, you can't ask me questions about crimes my husband committed. That's illegal. You're all illegal. And just like completely stonewalling him, and Cooper just turning the tables and like, okay, well, have fun.
Hi.
Leo's gonna really appreciate you whenever he comes back and wakes up again. She's like, wait, what? What's happening? So the way that she turns that mood was just so good. I loved it.
I was super irritated during that. Like, yeah, that's possibility. They didn't say he is done for.
Yeah.
And also annoyed at the police because I have had at least 6 different mentions in my notes in the last few episodes of like, why hasn't anyone talked to Shelley yet? If her husband is a prime suspect, why haven't you checked? Was in the hospital for smoke inhalation, and you know she was there. Why has no one talked to her?
Mm-hmm.
So he's been the victim of one assassination attempt. Do you really think he's gonna survive? Like, maybe Shelley does have the best idea of like keep him alive because there's gonna be a second assassination attempt, and the first one she was not a witness to. So if she tries the second time, she's maybe got plausible deniability. Slip a little rat poison in his food. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know
That's
if
detectable.
I guess I don't know what's going through her mind, but I don't know if she really knows that it is an assassination attempt on him.
I don't know if she has a mind.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. It's Bobby's plan entirely. She does not want to go along with it, but here she is, once again, succumbing to the whims of a man.
It is a little painful watching the kind of the dynamic of domestic abuse play out with the boyfriend or the husband, whatever it happens to be, in the hospital, and the wife can't bring themselves to still bring the hammer down on them because what about the consequences to them and their going forward and all that sort of stuff. So it was a little painful to watch that. And it's something that I think Shelley might have an idea of. I don't think Bobby has the slightest clue as to it. So
that's the only one I will accept your hybrid theory for, Steven, because he does not make sense.
Again, Bobby doesn't live in our world.
Bobby is a hybrid.
Aliens, son.
Aliens.
Was I on you there, JC? Or
yeah, one moment that I really liked from Donna this episode was she visits Laura's grave and gets mad at Laura in a way that just starts kind of shouting at her like, we didn't bury you deep enough because we're still all just fighting, trying to figure out your problems. Dealing with your problems rather than our own.
It was pretty heartfelt. I'm glad you brought that up.
There's little moments throughout Twin Peaks so far where it's like the real lasting impact of a death that hits you close to home, like those real moments still shine through despite all the actual absurdities that happen in the show. And this was one of those that felt real to me, where it was just like sometimes those things like this person is dead and gone, but you're still just trying to move on from them still in ways that they keep dragging you back.
And it almost seemed that this was also the exact spot where we had, I think, another one of those events earlier on. And this is when Bobby went absolutely crazy on the rest of the town, saying everyone knew she was in trouble. What did anyone do to help her? What did any of you do to help her? Like, this is maybe maybe the graveyard's a good spot for some introspection for this town, because these are not things that are easily said. They're not things that, like, ranting at a dead person in a graveyard in front of their grave isn't something that people just do. It's hard to bring yourself to do that. And I don't know, maybe there's something about this place. Maybe it's just the writing, but it is fantastic to hear these hard conversations we have of there are consequences here that you have still put on the rest of us. There are issues that the town didn't deal with, even though we are honoring this dead girl. We are the reason for this happening, and it's hard conversations put into a good light. Gary.
Steven, will you have introspective conversations over my grave?
Gary, I will take a... What beer do you not like, Gary?
I totally thought you were going to say, I will take like tap dancing lessons or something is where I thought you were going with that.
No, I thought he was going to... Okay, I thought it was like, I will take a shit on your grave. Lean up against that headstone and just squeeze one off.
No, I was going to say I was going to take my Red's Apple Ale that I'm drinking here. We're sponsored by Red's Apple Ale. I'm going to pour that out on your grave and just go... I'm going to say some big word. I will come up with a big word before I get there, Gary. I'm going to say something like how ostentatious you are looking today, and then I'll walk away.
You could write his whole like eulogy thing on his gravestone with all these like super big words.
Ooh.
Vandalize my gravestone with big words.
Not vandalize. We'll run it.
Now that's
We'll
happening.
get it
Now
approved
that's
first.
happening.
Not by you. You won't be around anymore, but
this is the weirdest sort of graffiti ever. Everything's really well
I don't know what's going on here.
Long words that are well spelled, and
once a month we just all get together, grab a beer, grab some chalk, and we go scribble some.
Chalk would be better
on the back of your gravestone.
Right? Is that a semicolon? Are they using correct grammar here? What's going on?
A little bit of poetry. Iambic pentameter.
Iambic pentameter. There you go.
All the things that would make Gary happy.
I don't often write graffiti, but when I do, it's in perfect prose.
All right, Gary, you can't die young because you know what'll happen. So
my wife will walk up, or my daughter will be like, what the fuck?
I will say,
oh, she'll know exactly who did it.
Yeah, right. She'll know. She'll understand.
Well, Daddy had friends, and Daddy wasn't very smart. So they liked to write big words on his gravestone just to spite him.
It's called continuous learning, Malin.
On the drive home, she'll be Googling all these words.
Quixotic. I didn't know that Daddy was quixotic.
Anyway.
To be fair, your daddy didn't either.
Anyway, I don't know how we got down. Oh, I made a random joke off Steven's lamenting over graves.
Well, yeah. My only other major note is Nadine. I'm not sure if we want to ready to dive into that, or if anybody else had anything.
I'd like to talk about that. I
we catch
a little bit, but
yeah. So we enter Ed getting the update on Nadine's status, and like, oh, she's in her coma state. She's still just like got adrenaline coursing through her veins, and she's breaking off restraints and these just random fits. Maybe you can try calming her down by singing to her. And so, sure enough, he takes her hand, starts singing a little song, and she starts crushing his hand and shoots up and breaks the chains and claps along. And then she says, "I've got to get to cheerleading practice.
Yeah,
you're only 18 once."
She starts up, and she's not clapping with him with his song. She's literally clapping a cheer as she's doing it.
Yep. Yeah. I'm excited to see where Nadine goes with it, y'all.
Okay. Speaking of things that I thought got written out in season 2, episode 2, I thought they just completely wrote Nadine out of the show, and I was like, she was kind of a weird fucking character, and I was like, maybe she's just gone. She went to the hospital and she'll never be seen again. And they're like, next episode, we're gonna bring her back. She's got fucking Hulk strength, and I was like, okay, I guess we can't get rid of the weird fucking characters in the show unless they're murdered.
She's always had Hulk strength, though. They showed that in season 1. She bent an entire metal girder because she got angry at it. Like, she's always had this weird Hulk strength.
Yeah, she was on the rowing machine when Ed pissed her off, and she just
what it was.
Breaks the rowing machine instead.
I was thinking in the one scene from an earlier episode, maybe it was even season 1 too. No, it's not season 1. It's anyways, when Big Ed is talking with James about like where he first, maybe it's with Cooper, where he first started dating Nadine instead of being with Norma. Doesn't he say that like they met under the bleachers or something too? So if she's in like cheerleading mode, maybe she's like going to revert back to when she meets him.
Yeah, that's right. Something. Yeah, because like they were both. She was always watching those two while she was on the cheerleading team, right?
There's something in there I remember about cheerleading. Mentioning the clapping specifically for cheerleading made me think of that.
Which I hate to say this, unless Nadine lost her eye at the age of 18 or 17, she's gonna be in for a huge rude awakening.
Why can't I see? Oh, geez. Because that happened later. He said he shot it out with a gun or something by accident. They went hunting, and it's like, no, it's okay. It's no big deal. You permanently blinded her in one eye. Yeah.
Maybe it was just all in her head. Maybe that she can take it off now and it's totally fine.
That would be such a trip. Oh, man.
Oh.
Now I believe JC. Damn it. I was going to say adding to Steven's theory that in fact Nadine is an alien, and that is why she has better sight than her eyes can give her, because she's an alien. She doesn't need that eye.
Yeah.
The owls are her eyes.
Oh, yeah. By the end of this episode, or by the end of this season, we'll all be on the alien bandwagon. I promise you that now. Including you, Tyler. Including you.
Her super strength and the owls is her eyes. She needs to have some scene weakness. We don't know what it could be. Give her an eye patch. Genius.
I believe the alien bandwagon is called a spaceship, Stephen.
That's the perfect name for a band. We are Alien Bandwagon.
Alien Bandwagon. That sounds like that is going to be the name of James and his roadies.
James. Oh, yes. James and the two gals. We are Alien Bandwagon. Oh, jeez.
I had some other smaller notes, but otherwise, if anybody else has something more notable, take it away.
Amanda, do you have anything?
I have a bunch of little mentions. The horticulturalist, which I agree with Steven, was this weird, creepy thing. But he makes a mention, he can't go outside, but he's a horticulturalist. Am I missing something?
Former horticulturalist. He was
okay.
Former.
So was he not always this way? Did something happen?
Amanda, when you see alien shit, when you are put through that sort of things, yeah, you too would abandon your former job as a genetic horticulturalist and become a shut-in and recluse.
he didn't choose the horticulturalist life.
I'm sorry, I can't argue against aliens, I guess, for everything.
So, but he's
yeah.
not on Meals on Wheels. Just the crazy neighbor is.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm
and
confused
you think
by.
he would also be on Meals on Wheels, but
She knew him
didn't.
because of Meals on Wheels, but not. Yeah, it doesn't look like he was getting them. But I don't know. I'm just saying this. We've seen some reason for suspicion, and my number one reason so far is that he's a dedicated horticulturalist, but he can't go outside. So that implies that either he's lying or that this is a rather recent thing.
Well, I mean, that's why he has the orchids, right? The orchids don't require light. That's why he grows them. So you can still be a horticulturalist and grow orchids because they don't need light. I think the thing that weirded me out about him, besides him being obviously a government plant, is the fact that there was the
Besides that,
pun intended. Yes,
Obviously.
but there is a piece of paper that Donna sees on the ground that she tries to pull out, and it seems like it has outsized influence. Does she actually get that? I didn't actually catch whether she was able to pull it out or not.
I thought she didn't, but I don't. No, I'm not sure. I thought he came back in before she.
I feel like that's correct.
Are you talking about the beginning of the episode or the end of the episode?
I want to
think
say
this
the
was towards
beginning
the
because this
beginning.
is before he gives her. Yeah, he gives her the orchid to take to Laura's grave, and that he leaves the room to go get it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my headset dropped out. Were you talking about the beginning of the episode or the end of the episode where Donna's there?
Beginning.
The beginning.
Oh,
we think.
Because the end she finds something else.
Yes, she does.
Mm-hmm.
But also he mentions that Laura wanted him to get in touch with Donna if something happened to her. Like, what? That's an interesting emergency contact. He also mentions that this will be his last gift to Laura, which to me implies there were other gifts. Otherwise, it's weird wording.
How much he knew about Donna? Just
yeah. I mean, we all talk about our friends to other people, but like, that's a lot.
It's true. I have told so many people so many things about Gary. It feels like they know him right off the bat, but it's still kind of weird, right?
I mean, if they call Gary afterwards and say, Steven wanted me to contact you if anything happened to him.
Okay. New thing. If Gary dies, I'm going to vandalize his tombstone. If I die first, I'm going to have some random person reach out to Gary.
I'm sorry, Gary. I shouldn't brought up the idea.
Steven wanted you to know this. You are muted, by the way, Gary, if you're trying to talk.
Oh, yes, I laugh. That's all you miss is me laughing. Okay. Being like, okay, so that's the master plan, is that like, plan. After Steven's death, he's going to fabricate a conspiracy that I'm the last to know about.
I'm Steven, going to leave my diary under your porch.
Next note, just a quick one. They mentioned that Josie called Pete. So he has heard from her. She is know casually that she'll be home the next day. They're going to bring her in and talk to her. They hypnotize the crazy nutso doctor who I laughed, gave the most just casual, oh yes, I've been under many times. Here's my preferred suggestion. Read out in my tape of wave sounds. Hold my geode for me to focus on. Like, he had this down.
He was a crystal child. He's the beginning of the energy crystal healing mom trend. This is where it all began.
But then my next note is, well, holy shit, it might have worked. So, I'll back off. But he starts handing, he goes, oh, yes, here's my preferred readout. Please, like, this is my preferred hypnotizing.
Also, he apparently has a wife.
Yeah, he's got a wife. Aolani, I believe her name is.
Wasn't Donna's mom.
What?
Nothing.
Remember, Nick hasn't finished the episode, and he's just like, "What's going on?"
Harry, I can drop in random comments that make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. You be quiet.
Wheelchair bound lady?
Nick, it was a random, and I mean, I think you're supposed to assume that she's Hawaiian, but it could be Pacific Islander of some kind. Just
He mentioned Hawaii, though, didn't he?
Did he? I didn't know that.
Well, he mentioned a bay. I guess I don't know for sure. It was like Hanauma Bay.
Hanama Bay is in Hawaii.
There
I
you go.
nailed that, didn't I?
Yes, that is almost the word that you said.
I almost nailed. Yeah, Hanauma Bay. Nice place. Let's go there.
Yeah. Interesting.
And then I had a note of I was gonna say it's a leap to assume that something's going on between James and Maddie for seeing them holding hands for 2 seconds. But then again, everyone in this town's on about 3 different relationships, and she sees them doing more than just holding hands. So, not a jump after all.
I think they have serious commitment issues in this town.
Which
True.
is hilarious because they all get super offended, like even murderous, ready to kill for doing when they're all doing the same thing with more than like 2 people too. I am confused. If you draw their relationships out, every person is connected to every other person in this town by 6 people through their relationships and who they're cheating on. That's about my notes, other than Leland is being arrested.
That happens when you
He was a
murder people,
really
man.
good. He was a really good uncle there for a minute, though.
I don't think he was. I think he was just doing exactly what she was complaining about, and he was just pretending it was her daughter, his daughter, and that was her entire point. Was she is not. I'm gonna forget her name now. But
Laura.
yeah, she is not Laura, and he's like, "You're right. You're right. Come here, Laura. Let me make you feel better." Basically, what he did.
I will give him credit where I saw credit due. For a minute, he was a good uncle, and then he, got arrested because he killed a guy. Was he a good guy? That's not the point. The last note I have is the very last thing we see in the episode, which is at the horticulturalist's secluded. Well, I can't think of the name for a shut-in.
Shut-in.
And we see a book, and I think she opens up the cover, and and it says, "This is the diary of Laura Palmer." Dun dun dun. I welcome all your conspiracy theories.
I had this conspiracy theory before you said anything. Conspiracy theory number 6. The horticulturalist is the third killer, and that is why he can't leave his house. I had this on a previous like when we previously talked about the horticulturalist, and then I had audio issues, and so I just been sitting on this nugget for a while.
We've had so many
Just like
conspiracy theories per episode.
Because we got sort of not told off, but last time when we counted the conspiracy theories that we had at the end of our last watch session, we were all dismayed for how few conspiracy theories we had. We're striving to make that up.
Yeah,
Also,
really...
this is the fertile soil on which conspiracy theories are made, is this TV show.
Do we think we're kicking up the quality, the high quality ones?
Anything could happen in this show.
And these theories do not grow in the light. We are ready to go.
They are hybrids as well.
Plants. Government plants.
Electrolytes. It's got what the plants crave.
It's what plants crave. I told Ari that the other day, and we had to retract that real quick because she is 3 and she didn't know I was joking. She's like, "Oh, it's good for plants?" No, it's not good for plant. All right, no. Back up.
Don't pour Gatorade on the plants.
Pee on the plants.
Don't do that either.
Anyways, Gary, do you have anything you'd like to touch on
I got
for
a
this
couple.
episode?
I got a couple good ones. Nobody else talked about the letter B, and the IV was filled with blue dye.
Oh yeah.
Like, I
Thank
didn't
you,
catch it on the
Gary.
first chance, but Agent Albert like looks at the IV and is like, "That's weird." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, somebody dyed it blue," and I was like, "Not gonna cover why it's blue." Like, and the FBI agent is the first person to notice that an IV is blue, not any other medical personnel. Nick,
Does that have anything to do with Leland's random song about Blue Spivey Ivy?
who's Leyland?
The dad who was singing the ridiculous song about
There's
Spivey
he
Ivy.
knows. He knows little ants. He's Ivy.
That thing.
Could delete Ivy too, wouldn't you?
Because it's blue. It rhymes.
This all
All
happened
coming
in the
together.
last episode, Gary.
Yeah.
All coming
The
together.
Episode 1 of season 2.
I want to point out for the sake of
I blacked
context
out
that
that whole thing.
that's fair. You cannot rhyme a word with the same exact word. That is not a rhyme. That is just the same word. So no, it is not rhyming, Nick. Your point is invalid.
All right. I'll retract back into the shadows.
Nick, you can do whatever you want. Don't let Steven.
Wow. Gary's hate for me is so much that he is backing up you. This is
me.
Anyway,
It's a
I don't know what
weird triangle.
what the B means either. Like, I feel like if just like things that are just dropped in the beginning of the episode, like they go visit the coma girl, and then they're like, "Oh, the IV is blue. There's a letter B." And then maybe I got a partner and it's connected to an old case, and then nothing. just we're just gonna leave this trail this conversation. Steven?
Wasn't it the one-armed man who previously gained entry to the hospital and was just kind of wandering around it?
I think so.
So makes me wonder if it was him somehow. But Gary's point stands about the blue IV and nurses apparently being so oblivious to what they have trained their entire lives to do that they're just like, yeah, seems legit, bro.
Yeah. The other things are some don't draw focuses, which is in the background when Laura's dad comes into the sheriff's station. There's a bulletin board, and behind him on the bulletin board, there's a sign that says, "Is your job a bore? Not anymore. Be an LA deputy sheriff." And I'm just like, LA deputy. So the LA is advertising in Washington that you want to be a sheriff in LA. I was like, I don't even understand. Like, maybe it's just job postings, but it's a small town. There's a sheriff and there's like 3 deputies. Like, why do you need a bulletin board for job postings? But it literally, I had to pause multiple times to go read the full poster behind him.
So there were maybe this solves a little bit of it. I think maybe that's just a prop mix-up or something like that. So I did look up where did Twin Peaks was filmed. It's primarily in North Bend and Fall City in Washington, but there was work done in Southern California. Maybe they just like, hey, we need something to put on here, and it happened to be in California. Like, just take this piece of paper.
But it was just like a real weird chanty, like weird saying that I was like, this doesn't make sense. Like, it's drawing my attention. Like, there's just like these smiling sheriff's deputies in the background giving like a thumbs up.
Well, if GTA's taught me anything, is that LA is where you want to be a police officer.
Definitely doesn't have a higher mortality rate than anywhere else. Is it actually LA in GTA? I thought it was like Vice City. No. Or is it actually called Los Santos?
Los Santos is the state. Well, no. Los Santos is the city. San Andreas is the state it is in.
Mm-mm.
And it is, in fact, a replica of Los Angeles, because that Muscle Beach place, I've actually been there.
You would.
I apologize for nothing. Sorry.
Also, another don't draw focus is that if they go back to the hotel, there's just a marching band walking through the hotel. Like, we had a barbershop quartet in the last episode, and we had a marching band in this episode. Like, not at all explained. Like, just a marching band.
It's also just the most obtrusive instruments you could possibly get. It is a sousaphone and what are they? Bass drum? They're not bass drums. What are the? Oh my god!
Bass drums, aren't they?
Is it bass drum? Okay, am I right on that? Yeah.
Big ones.
Like, you would be harder to find more obtrusive instruments.
I feel like if they weren't the obtrusive instruments, it was like a clarinetist or a flutist. Like, you wouldn't even know that they were in a band. There'd just be people in weird fucking outfits.
It wouldn't be out of place for the show.
Yeah, just people in weird fucking outfits. Like, it's just weird to me that they, like, it's almost like they can't hire enough extras, or they don't want to do set dressing in the background. They just put people in front of, like, in the background that just draw way too much focus to, like, maybe they won't pay attention, like, we didn't paint a wall or something. Ugh. That is all I had. I had the Diary of Laura. Oh, Albert got philosophical is a random note I wrote down. He must have got philosophical at some point in this episode.
He did.
Mhm.
He's got a foundation of love that he goes off of.
Foundation of love, yes.
I love you, Sheriff.
I love you, Sheriff. It's just, as I said, like, he's the yin to the yang. Like, he's an asshole because he loves you. Yeah. That's all I got. Back to you, Tyler.
Okay. Just happened to catch on my notes here that I wrote down that Donna must have said that she loves James, and I wrote down poor girl. Anyone have any final comments, thoughts for the episode?
I enjoyed the first episode a lot. I enjoyed this second episode a little bit less, but it still was fun.
As I said, I thought the episode 2 was better until the end, and then it, like, the guitar bit and then the horror movie shit, like, it was where the episode went downhill.
Gary doesn't like James's guitar solo.
I don't.
Raw charisma.
Before we got on the recording, I said on the rewatch, I literally got to that point and I was like, I'm just not gonna watch the rest of the episode. Like, nothing happens that I need to see from this point on.
And that, my friends, is why Gary knew that there was corn, or what is it?
Corn.
Creamed corn.
Creamed corn.
Corned corn.
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 Gotta prep this corn to be corned.
All right.
And done.
Nobody has anything else. Well, we will wrap it up here. For next time, then, we'll be covering Twin Peaks season 2, episode 3, Laura's Secret Diary, and then episode 5 is The Orchid's Curse.
Guys,
hybrids,
guys.
Hybrid plant something or other. Feel bad.
I'll be sure to post hybrids every 5 minutes while watching the episode, just to hype Steven up ahead of time.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
Amanda immediately never talks to JC again.
All right. Well, unless anyone has any final comments here, sounds like that'll do it then for us for this recording here. We want to thank our dear listener for listening. We hope you have a good one. Until next time. Thanks all.
The truth is out there.
Everybody.
Later.
All right.
You just said 3.
I stand by what I said.
Okay, Amanda,
welcome back
we're
for
gonna
6
allow
conspiracy
Walks in,
theories.
looks at the
Then
log. Good to see you, Margaret. How have you been?
Okay,
Tyler,
I'm
you've
gonna
missed
vote
2 or 3 conspiracy theories.
I'm gonna
But they
allow
were. I
Nick
was
to
told
have
specifically they were
conspiracy theory number
unrecorded
3.
conspiracy theories.
I didn't record
Like,
Steven,
I'm
so I
gonna
only have 2.
Steven completely.
Okay.
I'm gonna give Nick a conspiracy theory that he didn't start the right way. That's how
I
much
didn't call it
spite
as a
Steven's
conspiracy. I just thought it was
theory.
interesting.
Okay.
Anyways, we
Conspiracy
paused.
theory number 3. The log's name is
But-
Margaret. I'm giving
You gotta
Nick
wait to see
credit
if
for it.
Tyler's ready. Oh, thank you.
I already said there was a conspiracy theory number 3, so this isn't conspiracy theory number 3. Your conspiracy theory is invalid.
I'm sorry. I'm the one who documents them, and Amanda is the backup
Oh.
count. So
Ooh.
I make the rules.
Controlling the strings of power, controlling information. This is 1984 if I've ever heard it.
The Honorable Chair would like to point out that you must form this in the form of a question.
Yes.
Point of privilege.
I hear a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I have 2 Robert's Rules of Orders in this apartment. I will find them.
Don't start him.
Roberts RBT.
Bit of clarification.
Skipping ahead.
Tyler, Steven had a conspiracy theory that was so ridiculous that we decided that it wasn't going to count and we're not
The
recording it.
conspiracy theory was that so Gary pointed out that every time Log Lady gets brought up, you get a spike of internet crap and you get dropped. Therefore, my conspiracy theory was that you are actually related to Log Lady, and this is actually the government trying to cover that up.
If only.
Do you have an Aunt Margaret? Do you have an Aunt Margaret?
The one dear listener is actually Langley.
We have multiple then.
Exactly.
What if that guy's gone?